Katana number 6, written by Ann Nocenti, art by Alex Sanchez and Cliff Richards. The last issue, Katana visited some old lady who is going to reforge her sword, and then she fought someone named Swagger. Sickle showed up, and then so did the Creeper. And seemingly the Creeper killed the old lady. So this issue, I'm going to move real quick through as best I can, because I am so done with this series. So we open up with Katana just kissing her sword as the dawn is about to come. Creeper wraps his chain around Katana's neck and says, yeah, I was stuck in that sword for so long and it was so boring in there. But now we're all out and I'm going to make a mess out of you, Katana. And Katana's like, Creeper is weird, but he smells like alcohol. So if he's a ghost and he had to possess a body, I bet that the body he's possessing is a drunk. So I'm just going to taunt him for a while. And so I just need to read this single line here. Guess he picked a drunk to ride. Let's see how he likes to be taunted. And then in speech bubble, what's wrong? You pick a drunk to ride? A+ writing there. So at that point, she makes the point of, hey, it's about to be dawn. You're a creature of the night. Because your host body was out drinking all night, you missed out on the whole fight. So ta-ta. And so Creeper is forced to go away, and he swears revenge on Jack Ryder for being such a lush. So at that point, Sickle comes up and starts trying to heal the wounds that Katana got. And as he's standing over her, the ghost of Katana's husband comes swooping in, super jealous at all this, and then goes and possesses the body of the old woman who was killed, and just sits her back up. And the old woman's like, oh, I'm alive again. I guess I'll go finish your sword. So at that point, because she was just letting all of this happen, Swagger's like, all right, everybody, the ghost is gone. Let's attack again. So we get a incredibly long fight scene of Swagger just attacking while cutting back to the old woman who is talking to the ghost of Maseo inside of her and also speaking in run-on sentences. It's very confusing, but she's rebuilding the sword of Soul Taker for Katana. And we see Katana and Sickle working very well together, and she's not sure how she feels about that. We also get a 2-page thing of Jack Ryder driving with his manager, and he's saying oh, I'm so drunk, I'm going to throw up. Let's not go back to America because America hates me. They love me here in Japan. And his manager's like, okay, but we're going to get you a reality star or a reality show and make you a star in America. Americans love to hate reality stars. So then they mention how he was technically dead and he's going to come back against that. And Jack Ryder's apparently going to sue everybody who said he was dead in America. So anyway, fight scene continues on, and the old woman finishes the sword, and Katana's like, oh, it's done. I'm going to go get it now. And Swagger runs in and is like, nah, not if I get it first. So the ghost of Katana's husband is like, wait a minute, are you saying, old woman, because of some offhanded comment she made before, are you saying that sword is going to kill Katana? And it's like, yeah, if she keeps listening to the crazy-ass voices inside of it, it's going to drive her insane. And because the ghost interfered, the sword was knocked into the fire, and it still is, stuck in there, and the grandson goes to grab it, and the grandma's just like, you stupid idiot boy, you're a disgrace to the family. Don't ever try to touch that sword. I'm not even kidding. She, is that harsh to him. So at that point, Swagger and Katana break in. They both get a hand on the sword. Swagger has a sword against Katana's throat, which Grandma just shurikens away. And then Swagger's like, all right, how about we make a deal? You let me try to pull the sword out of the fire. If I get it, it's mine. If I don't, I'll let you leave Japan, no problem. And Katana's like, that sounds totally cool and reasonable. So she tries to pull it out of the fire. Her hands get burned. And then Katana swoops in and just I'm the one this sword is destined for. Hello, honey. And so, but she realizes wait a minute, the souls didn't come back when we remade the sword. The sword is empty. There's no souls in it. So that's a problem. So Swagger runs away. Masayo's like, hey, I'd love to come out of this old lady, but if I do, she'll go back to being dead. And the old lady's like, get out of my body, I want to die. And Masayo's like, fair enough, and just gets out of her body and she drops dead. And then Katana's like, oh, come back to me, husband. And she even specifically says, let me see here, come to my sword now. Like she's ordering him, and he's just like, you're not the girl I married. You've been tainted by vengeance. And she's like, it's vengeance for you. Jesus Christ, dude, get over it. And he's like, nah, what of your true mission? To cleanse the outsiders? You forgot about the real reason we did this. And then it just leaves on that. Like, that's it. I do want to point out at one point here, the thing that really pissed me off the most is Swagger saying to Katana, like, oh, you and your high and mighty, like, you think that you're gonna beat up our sword clan, but you're totally cool with Sickle's sword clan. And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. There are two different sword clans. We couldn't come up with a better name for these two rivaling groups than both of them being Sword Clan. I am so done with this book. It's just, who cares, man? If this entire book is focused on, okay, now I have to go and get the spirits back. I really want to point out that that story only began in the beginning of issue 4. Like, we spent 3 full issues of jack happening only to finally get the sword breaking at the end of issue 3 and the spirits leaving midway through issue 4. So if that's the whole point of the book now, it's too little too late. I don't care. Especially now that the ghost of the husband is saying, like, but your true mission was to purge the outsiders clans. And I'm like, I don't know what that means. Are we talking about the stuff from Green Arrow? Because that's the only time I've ever heard it prior to this book. Like, you did nothing to establish your core mission as a book. I could read this little back blurb here on the trade and probably get it, but I shouldn't have to. Your book should tell me. So, yeah. No, it's just not good. Otherwise, it's okay. It's nothing to write home about. I believe it's Alex Richards. No, Alex Sanchez. Not huge on his art style. It just doesn't do it for me. It's not bad. I'm just not huge on it. So overall, I'm going to give this one a 4.5. And the only reason why is that I'm trying not to blame it for the entirety of the series. Like, I don't want to just take all my frustrations out on this one issue, because this one issue is not reprehensible in its own right, but it is indicative of a lot of issues that this series has been doing. So the fact it's not getting better means it is worth a 4.5.